Hey guys, okay, I know it's been a while. I guess I've kind of gotten to where I'll do like kind of monthly updates now. But I was talking to a friend, and he was saying I need to go ahead and do another update. So we'll just look in here. Okay, so not much new in here, but here's some Ludwigias I found at the park. So I picked them up. I got two stems of that. Got a stem of this other Ludwigia that I got from the other park. And so this is about how the tank's doing. Obviously, I haven't really done anything. I did go into the back of it and I just yanked all the Didiplis deandra out of it because it was like a super weed. Now the only super weed I have in here now is the Pantanol, and you can see how it's grown over and it pretty much overshadowed and killed the Florida. But the Florida's got a couple new tops coming out, so it's it's salvageable. You know, I can grow it back from that if I play my cards right. You can see the stems in the background there. They're kind of died out there. This Reuben Narrow, the Reuben, oh, what's it called? Yeah, a Reuben Narrow, like a Echinodorus. I don't know if you would say Echinodorus or sword plant, whatever, but Reuben, you know the Reuben? This is the Reuben Narrow. It has obviously grown giant. So the flamingos are shaded, but I mean, they grow fine like that. Flamingos grow fine shaded as long as they have some light peeking in and hitting them. So the red, the Panagitan purple, I mean, you can see the couple of big leaves left on it here. It's growing flowers like crazy everywhere, and I have gotten some of them to grow. You probably can't really see down in this mess of moss here, but I did pull some moss out too to make like some space. You can see I've got algae on the glass here. Of course, when you have lily pipes, you're always going to have a trouble area here in the front, right below this, because all the flow goes like that back around. Kind of more of a dead spot here. Crypts like it. You can see the gecko is doing fine. It doesn't have a lot of red in it because it's getting more shaded now, but that's about how that's doing. S. repens, still going strong, I guess. I mean, I don't know if you would call that going strong, but I mean, they're still there. I've always had a lot of problems trying to grow S. repens. So, my Macandra, or whatever, Macandra mini, whatever that is, it's most of it's died out. And I'm not sure if it's a dosing issue or if it's just my water quality issue, but my CO2 did run out for like 3 or 4 days a while back, and then I didn't really notice it. I couldn't refill it for a couple days, and then I did, and when you know it, the other day I noticed the CO2. I noticed there was like no mist coming out, so apparently I had a leak. So I retightened everything and waited a day or two and got it refilled. So one plant is doing pretty good, kind of shaded, but you can see the Cryptspiralis tiger here is doing pretty good. You know, it's doing all right. And the little Aponigeton purple plants, you can see like little leaves sprouting up everywhere. It's hard to tell what they are on camera, but that's a little one growing. So that variegated Bacopa is growing to the top everywhere. I've been lazy and I haven't trimmed this mess, so the Pantanol looks awesome from the top up here, but as you can see, the Bacopa and the Pantanol have outstayed their welcome, so I need to do something about that. I keep saying that, and every time I get to my days off or whatever, and when I had the few days off for the holiday, I didn't really touch this tank either. I really did more in this tank. So this tank here, you guys remember this one, the 38 gallon. It's kind of a low tech. It's like 1 bubble per second. You can see it's not even attached to the wall, the outlet. It keeps coming loose, but now it's got algae growing on the side of the suction cups. See the water level's real low, but upon getting purple, here's some leaves growing out here. So some of the little seedlings. the way they've grown. This tank's doing good. That Anacris, I think it's Anacris or Elodia, it just takes the whole tank. Like I trim it back to the corner, then it just goes all out across. And the pearlweed, that's also a big weed right there. But as long as the fish are happy and the crypts are happy, I really don't care. The CO2, 90p is the left one, and the right one's the 38 gallon. So you can see I barely feed CO2 to the right one. I'm thinking about gradually taking it down to low tech, but yeah, still doing my own dosing also with the dry ferts. So this is the micros. I give like 3 pumps a day, and the macros I do 15 milliliter a day. That's on the 90p. So on the 38 gallon, I've gone down gradually over time, and now it looks stable and fine. So I guess it's good. I do maybe 1 pump a day. Sometimes I'll skip a day, but I do about a pump a day on micros. And for the macros, maybe, I don't know, I filled a 15 for the 90p, but maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 milliliters only. I just pour a little bit and dose that. So I mean, it gets like not even a third of the dose that the 90p gets, but it's fine. You can see the crypts are good, the fish are happy and stuff. They're cool. Look at these pipes, it's magnificent. This algae. It's a lot, man. It's pretty fluffy. But there's a shrimp back there eating it. There's still a few shrimp running around in these tanks, but not many. The fish do take care of them. Some of these plants are kind of choked out. You can see the Eriocolon lineaire. Nice green leaves, but then you can see the translucent and brown leaves. It's kind of choked out in this area there. So getting choked out by the crypts, but y'all know I love my Cryptalbetas, so I got them in the corner. And my Crypt auriculata, the green ones, I still love those. They're like flamingos. They get a little bit bigger and they stay bright green. So still love those. Here's that ghost. Not spectacular. I took the ghost, it was under a clump of moss, and I pulled the moss off of it and I stuck it here where it gets a little more light. I just kind of stuck it there. I need to find a place for it, but I need to make space. I need to rip out some plants and stuff. I mean, this tank is obviously just slam full. So I don't know, it's pretty much an update. This is what happens when you have the same scape and you kind of just let it do what it wants to do. I have mostly plants in here that you don't need to trim or do anything with. They just slowly grow over time. Aside from the Pantanal, the Bacopa, they need to be trimmed back and taken care of. And obviously my little stem plants not doing so hot because everything has gotten overgrown, choked out. My Bacopa purples right there, there's not much of that left. But I haven't felt like all gung-ho about, you know, messing around in the tanks. Had a lot going on, been busy, been getting out more, doing things, and was running around a lot for the holidays. So that's a basic update. Still got the minnows, white clouds, orange white clouds, or whatever they're called. Still got the 3 little keyhole cichlids. They're doing great. I'm pretty sure it's 1 male and 2 females because they all get along perfect. I mean, this one looks like a female. It's got really shorter fins, but really this one kind of looks like a male because it's got the real long fin trail. So it might be 2 males and a female. But I guess they're not in the mood for breeding or anything. They don't bother anybody in the tank. They haven't tried to take any sides. It's really nice having some pretty cichlids that, you know, don't try to kill everything in the tank. So just have a little look over. You can see a lot of shadow and shade over here. But yeah, that's basic update. I do need to get in here and like pull a couple of plants and pull out some of the moss again and kind of keep things from being choked out. I need to get rid of some of the decaying plants. I already did that a couple times, but you still can't really tell the difference. But I haven't gotten in here in about probably a month now. So as long as everything's doing okay, I do need to get in here and trim and take some stuff out though. I do need to do some basic care. I really need to basic care about it enough to do it. So we got a couple more months until we're supposed to move, and then we'll end up, you know, redoing all the tanks and starting over. And we'll see how that adventure goes. I do have rocks and wood and stuff like that sitting outside, but it's stuff piled up and I don't feel like going through it and picking things out and trying to make a scene and doing all that. But this was like kind of random, not really escape, but I do plan on, after we move, making escape again, like with wood and rocks and all that stuff, and then making this one a little bit more rocks and wood and keep up on the plants so they're not overgrown. The Anacharis, man, that thing, it's like a Medusa in there, and it just really takes over. But I love that plant, so I don't know. I mean, I know that I should yank it all out and just put something more easy growing in there, like more crypts, but I can't bring myself to take out a plant that grows that great in almost low tech and kind of stays that healthy in there. So we'll see how everything goes. So anyways, that's the basic update. No new plants or anything really. Nothing really new to talk about. You know, same old. But this tank is definitely looking a lot better. I just need to clean up the right side again. Anyways, thanks for watching.